in Cathedral City. So listen, y'all, we are, wait a minute, hold on. Y'all, do I do this every time? Listen, I got manners, okay? We again welcome you, but we would like for you guys to do us a huge favor. You know, when we share, it allows other people to be able to see what God is doing. And so, this meditation moment, we really want as many people to be able to experience it as possible. So, if you would mind sharing this not only with those who are on your timeline, copy this link and send it out to someone and all your social media platforms. So listen, this month, in the month of August, we are talking about the word rest. Now remember, guys, with meditation, we are talking about an intentional pondering, an intentional thinking. This is us, me, you, we, us, literally taking time to be intentional about inviting God into a space that we've curated. And when I say curate, I mean that we have said that this is a space that we have entered in intentionally. There's no noise, there's nothing that is going to draw our attention away. And even though most of us are busy about life, ooh, that B word, busy, we are productive in life, and there are so many things going on. We must take time. Take it, because we cannot make it. We must take time to be intentional with God and spend that time in meditation. So our word of focus is the word rest. Okay, so we are going to be coming from Matthew chapter 11, verse number 28. Now, simply, y'all, the word rest means to settle down, to be settled. And so we know with everything that is going on with us, again, like I said, I don't want to say that B word, busy, with the productive lives that we hold, because we know that busy does not always mean that you're achieving the God goal. Because we know that sometimes busy means that your attention is taken off of things that you should be doing, that God has purposed you to do. So this is why I say productive, okay? And Matthew 11 and 28 reads, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Now listen, in this, let us break this down, because this is two things that I saw in here. The first part says, "Come unto me." All right. So God is saying that there is something that we have to do. All right. We have to do it. There is a promise that is, but in order for us to obtain it, we've got to do something. And he says, "Come unto me." That intentional time. Making, we cannot do, right? But taking, we can. Take the time to come unto God. And he says, "All ye that labor and are heavy laden." So this is for everybody. If you are working in God and you enduring the work of him, and we know that on this journey called life, and especially when you're doing the work of God, that you may feel heavy. There may be a heavy laden. And that word laden simply means a burden. Okay. And it could be either physical, spiritual, mental, right? And labor is the work. So when you are laboring in God, for God, when you are laboring, doing the things of God, you have the ability to come unto him. Okay. And he says that I will give you rest. Now, listen, remember we said that rest simply means settle. But when I was doing the study on this, the type of rest that God is talking about is when he himself places you in a state. So it's one thing for me to just be settled down where I come in on my couch and I physically rest my body, but it's another thing when I intentionally make time to go to God and ask him for rest. Because when I ask him for rest, not only does he settle me, but he places me in a state of rest. Yeah, that is something deep right there, okay? So I know for me, we are going back to school. We're getting things up and moving in the house, and the girls are busy being productive. What? Not busy, but they're productive doing different things. And it is so imperative that as we are doing the things of life, right, and also doing the work of God, because in these passages of scriptures, John was in prison and Jesus was out doing the work. And John had heard about what was going on. And he said he sent two of the laborers out, and he said, go check out this for me and see what is going on. And so listen, with that being said, there is multiple phases of work and labor that is going on. So let's say if you don't even have any kids, just say everybody is old, they're out of the house. Okay, there's still different layers of labor that happens. And when we labor in God, whether that be you are a school teacher and you have been gifted this awesome responsibility of teaching and educating different minds, we know that it's not just as simple as them coming in your classroom and you giving them that lesson that they prepared, because they are young minds that come from different types of families, and they come in that room and you have to figure out, how do you manage these 20 young vibrant individuals, but you cause them to come into one space in a collective and be able to concentrate and focus, right? So with that, I know that there is a rest that you want God to place you in and not you just settle in, okay? So even if you're not a school teacher, if you're a parent, a grandparent, if you work in ministry, if you are somebody who has the beautiful task of being that person in the family that everyone comes to because you have that godly wisdom, know that you have a responsibility and a right. The right that you have is to come unto God. The responsibility is when you labor, and he will place you in a state of rest. All right, guys, listen, I want you to repeat this declaration after me, but not just repeat it, y'all. Let's get it into our hearts. Let's put God in remembrance of his word, what Matthew 11:28 says. And our declaration is simply is this, and don't just say it 10 times. You say it as much as you need, okay? As much as you need, and start with it right now. When Taria labors in God, he promises rest. You put your family name. When the Jones family labors in God, he promises rest. So listen, I want us to know that God is the giver of the perfect, peaceful rest. And he told me this long time ago, Taria, I will give you peace inside of your rest. And that is my prayer for all of us as well. All right, guys. Again, I'm Pastor Taria Jones. You tune in to Mount Zion Cathedral City, and we'll see you next time.